Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the CROWE Show. Chip Show. We've got our good friend Mondo joining us again after a few weeks. Mondo, well, if you recognize Mondo, looking all handsome and shabby there. His girlfriend's back, obviously. He's got priorities again. I thought his girlfriend was pretty unhappy that he was unshaven for that long.
Well, hopefully clean shaven means a clean sweep this weekend. I think get rid of any bad mojo that was built up in the beard and finish off the year on a strong note with a nice, what's it, new year, new me, so new weekend, new me. Let's bronze out,
Honestly, we've discussed this offline and together personally, we're the same. I'm also a superstitious bastard as well. The beard stays if I want a good run. If I want to change it up, I change the pillowcases on a Friday.
Pillowcases. I've never done that.
Well, no, mate, I'm obviously not really, but you know what I mean, right? Sometimes we want to change the karma, and get it going better for us. But we obviously welcome to everybody at the moment. If it comes online, so we're still growing the show, so we understand that. We don't. Well, let's start at the beginning. When we started the show, was saying that we will, we had the fan bets and we would boost those and perhaps other boosts, and we hadn't been doing that since we started. So from now, guys, we will do that, and obviously we'll see how we go today. But in the next 2, 3, 4 months, myself and whoever my guest is, hopefully if it's Mondo every week, but essentially this show and myself will have a treble that we will create on the show, and that will go straight up and be boosted, either boosted if the markets are available, or be priced up for us specifically within about 20 minutes of the show ending, which is great. And as we said, if we have a fan bet, that will also be boosted. And we also been given the green light to create a fantasy bet or novelty bet. So if you want to make up, Mwanga to score 5 tries and hit the posts on the 5th conversion, we'll get 100 to 1. We go for it, right? So,
it's time to get exotic.
The point is we're going to be able to do a few more things that we had said in the beginning, and I had said last, we're going to keep it casual. Yeah, we're not a sports betting channel. No one's say we're pro bettors. Yeah, this is a casual show. We're going to mix and match as well. Like we'll bring in some more content, different type of content, like betting 101 per se. Different guests, who knows, right? And if you guys do put a fan bet in, put your name in lights if it comes in, if you want that as
claim the credits.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, is that so?
Are fair that we get those guys up? So Mondo, massive rugby, World Cup, bro. Semi-final. It's just like last weekend. I don't know. I haven't come down from last weekend. It's such a pity that wasn't the semi-finals. I was saying, the draw's been good. It's going to make competitive quarterfinals. But I said last night when I did Fan Forum on the channel, it's actually a little bit of an anticlimax that we didn't go from that straight into a final. Like we have this, no disrespect to Argent England, but it does feel a little bit strange, hey?
I mean, it's always nice, like save the best for last kind of thing, because those 2 games far and away were the 2 best of the tournament so far. Both absolute crackers, buy them on DVD at pick and pay kind of matches. It's one of those things that is kind of like a lull, because there's, like you say, with all due respect to England and Argentina, everyone really wants an All Blacks book final next week. That's who, put it this way, if people have mystery tickets, that's the ticket they want. And I mean, that's box office right there, the biggest rivalry in rugby. I think, I don't know, it's tough because you think this time 4 years ago, similar position where, England knocked out the All Blacks because they played their final too early. Yeah. They thrashed Ireland in the quarterfinal and couldn't get up again. So, there is that. This is where I think more than anything, it's not playing ability, it's coaching, where the coaches get the players to get up 2nd week in a row. And a lot of people are saying, All Blacks thrashing, All Blacks thrashing. Why? They just need to win. Why do they need to try fancy moves? I think these games this weekend are going to be good, but I think nothing like last weekend. I think they're going to be arm wrestles, probably a little bit ugly. Just get the win and get through the next week without injuries,
Yeah, absolutely. The levels, like we said, the levels definitely of All Blacks and on the books are going to come down. I don't, let's be honest, the levels of those 4 teams to 80 minutes is something I've been honest. I don't think I've ever quite seen that in my life. Like, okay, there was a bit of a drop-off, there was a nervous whatever, but that intensity, that quality, and there's no way you don't go back to back.
Well, I mean, 39 phases that the All Blacks defended against Ireland, who are no mugs by any, in the last minutes of the game. That's, you can't script it better. That's what the fans paid the bucks for. Really irritated. Well, Henrik got to go for those 2 games he picked to go. Jeez, did he pick crackers. If you've picked 2 games to go watch and those are the 2 you've scored, good on you. Luck's on your side. Yeah. Absolute bangers of matches. Well, let's also say that the Fiji-England was pretty good. Argentina-Wales was also pretty good. I'll give all the quarters in their own way. They were all enjoyable. I mean, I was glued to the TV.
Yeah. So anyway, we are where we are. So let's focus on the weekend. And like we said, as we had said previously on shows, points. Wanda and myself are very big points backers, so we love to punt the points. So just to let you guys know, from now, even if points aren't available on Boyles, as you know, we're sponsored by Boyles, so please obviously go up. If you're interested, if you haven't signed up, look at the sign-up bonuses. We obviously use their site to get our quotes and what our prices. But we've got the green light, essentially, that if Wanda and I come up, we'll treble. It will be a treble, points treble initially. This is what we're going to start with, but we could look at other sports as well. But we'll start on we'll cook up a points treble today. And that will be put onto the Boyles website straight within 20 minutes of the show. If it's not coming from prices that we have, it will be priced up by the guys there at Boyle for us, and you can go place that book with that bet within 20 minutes. And also, we're not restricted to what's on the site currently at Showtime. If we want to come up with some novelty bets we fancy, and this is where you guys, if people who are watching the show want to start contributing, that's what we said initially. This is what we wanted the show to be. Obviously get you guys going and putting the right bets on, but also at the same time be involved and also give us what your bets are. So we are. So what's the right word? We unhinged. No, what's right? They're being set free.
It sounds about right.
Yeah, we are set free. And obviously Mondo and I are very, very similar and aligned on a lot of sports opinions. I think life stuff, maybe politics as well. Definitely not. Yeah. So we're going to do that. And so Mondo, let's start around. So we are open to all sports. But having a look at the markets already for the weekend. Have you got anything eye on yet? We've got the NPC final. NPC after 2 years has not been good. I've had a great last 2 NPCs, but this NPC has screwed me. But I haven't had as great as I would have liked. So I'm really disappointed. We got the final Taranaki Hawke's Bay, which no one really expected, right?
Out of left field, Hawke's Bay after winning the Ranfernley. It's amazing that they've turned it. They've obviously turned that into this is what we have to do. And shit, they've caught some form. I hear you saying you were a bit unlucky. I chose the right time to jump on the Taranaki train towards the end of the season.
Oh, yeah.
And they just went from strength to strength, and I can't see them losing the final. I mean, they're a good side, well trained. They should have had a good season last year. It was just one of those times where nothing worked. They had a good squad, they got a good coach. I think it's their year this year. I mean, Canterbury, geez, they had a diabolical year.
Yeah.
Tasman also had a bad year. Yeah, I can agree. It was a really strange NPC. The powerhouses and Auckland flattered to deceive as usual.
Yeah,
but
Canterbury at certain games. It's
Canterbury, either they're going to win by 100 or they're going to lose a home game. They were so inconsistent this year, and they actually had a good team. They brought back some real experience. I expected more from them. Also, because they're Canterbury, kind of
we have the Crusaders hat. I admit I sometimes have that, but even if you I go and obviously look at the team sheets and look at the paper, and I'm still put the team side by side, and I'm thinking to myself, Canterbury are covering this cap. Very weird. No worries.
Right back. I realize my phone's battery.
So also, Alton, thanks for joining, mate. So we can offer England 2 legs if they want. What you think they need 2 games to get through? Yeah, I take
it's like playing poker. You run it twice. England can run it twice.
It's fascinating. It's quite fascinating. we can talk the semi-finals if you want. You know, like we could do a quick preview, like what your quick thoughts are. I mean, my initial gut on Monday was these teams are too good. The gulf's too big. Not looking at the weather, I just thought if you asked Scotland, you're rated 5th in the world, what we did, we would have beaten the England that cap. Again, I initially thought New Zealand or South Africa comfortable winners, comfortable covering caps. But then I had to go back and listen and look at history and look what's happened before and you know, look at everything. And then all of a sudden, I'm back into, you know, it could be a struggle for both South Africa and England and South Africa, right? So New Zealand. Yeah. So I'm very interested to hear your thoughts of the cap anyway before we start creating a bet. Because I say Monday I was all over the minuses, and today also with the weather, I'm all over the pluses.
I mean, can we first just say how it feels bloody ridiculous that the caps in a World Cup semi-final are so blown out?
Oh, it's amazing.
Like Argentina's like 17 now, and England is like 14 in World Cup semi-finals. It's bonkers.
It's mad. It's absolutely madness.
That being said, it's a World Cup semi-final. Like I said to you just before the show started, what's the motivation for the Boks to go out and score 8 tries? You know, in effect, I can see it just both of the games being ugly. The All Blacks winning by 10 to 15. Look, Argentina with Matera on the field, I think they would have been more fiery. Totally agree. He's like Marcus Smith at Hurricane at Harlequins. No Matera, no party. And he is the heartbeat of that team. And look, they're not shit. They've gotten better through the tournament. I think people aren't giving them the credit for where they started, where they've ended up. Look, the All Blacks should be too strong for anyone. You know, like I said to people last week, the difference between the All Blacks and Ireland was Ireland were playing to their ceiling, whereas the All Blacks, if they click, they don't have a ceiling. Like if they click on the day, they're going to give anyone 15, no matter what, stuff like. Whereas Ireland, you know, that's like a generational game. I think same with the South Africa game. England, as a South Africa fan, I'm glad, but England really missed the trick by not starting forward, I think, because, you know,
don't get me started on that, man. Don't get me started.
He's Borthwick's bloody man. I'm amazed how he's not playing him because he's the style that they've played all World Cup. With forward on, you know, it's drop goal, drop goal, drop goal. Farrell is not a drop goal kind of player. He's the crash ball. I don't know what Borthwick was thinking, you know. You've got to, as England, if I'm coach now, anywhere within their half, anywhere within South Africa's half, kick for 3. Take every single 3. And I think South Africa do the same. I think both games they do the same. Because, like I said, there's no bonus points. So the All Blacks, when you're 10 points ahead, what's the point in kicking for the corner? What's your reasoning? Just kick a quick 3. Let's get the game done. You know, imagine the All Blacks are 55-3 against Argentina, and then like Richie Mo'unga breaks his leg in the final minute, and you think, well done, you gave Argentina 50, but it cost you, potentially the final. That's the mentality, and I think a lot of people are underestimating that and thinking thrashings, blowouts. A blowout only happens when teams want to blow out. Like look at the pool stages where the teams wanted to get to like 100, and then it started getting who's going to give Romania and Uruguay the biggest thrashings, and that's all like it's all mental. It's like, guys, we need to speed it up. Let's try. I can't see that happening. I don't. Maybe I'm wrong, but I just can't see it. Yeah.
All right, man. Well, what's in saying that? What are you thinking? Have you got any angles on those particular games? Obviously, we got the whole slate. We can say we got Prem back. We got Euro C back, like we discussed. We got a lot of rugby to go.
Prem tonight is Newcastle Gloucester, and you'll be able to tell better than this because you're there. Apparently, the weather is diabolical in the UK at the moment. Huge storms are supposed to be rolling in.
It has been, and there are. I'm looking out my window now. It's all blue sky, but I think there's still another. No. But I think it's the UK. It just gets hits. There's gaps in the weather. Yeah. So I think we're having a gap now.
Because France is experiencing a huge storm as well for the semis.
Yeah, and weather is going to play a big part. Yeah, if the ball's greasy, it is I'm taking that into fact. Those France greasy games do impact the games.
100%. It just like knocks a total down by a try. Just that last little bit. Yeah, I think weather's big. I think tonight the weather means that Newcastle definitely worth a little back because
Well,
underdogs
also
at
just to let
home,
you know,
shit weather.
I'm down south, and more north you go, the heavier the hits. They get worse up there. So that it
Yeah,
could be completely different weather up there. And Newcastle on a Friday, I've been burned by Newcastle on a Friday night on a stormy night many times. So you're absolutely right.
Friday night lights.
Yeah. Friday night lights with a bit of Newcastle, a bit of Greasy on their little pitch there. They have they want to get typical home team. First game as well. I distinctly remember the last 4 or 5 seasons Newcastle have covered on a Friday night on their first games. They up for it in the early part of the season.
Well, then it's when they notoriously thin in terms of squad. So it's at the beginning of the season usually when they can field that full strength for the first game or two, and then things start going downhill for them. They've always got like 1 or 2 performances, and where they'll shoot the lights out and they'll like thrash Harlequins at the scoop, and then the rest of the season's a wash. They'll like get clapped by everyone, lose to London Irish. Well, how sad that they're out. Although, have you seen how killer is it that with the teams that have dropped out, all the other teams are now stronger? I think in the long run, it's actually beneficial because now every team's got like that, got a real bit of championship pedigree about them, you know?
But I don't know how this I probably should know, but how long are they planning? What's the plan with the promotion relegation? I don't mind that the Premiership's is down to the 10 because I like it's going to be strength on strength. And to be honest, if anyone knows me, I didn't have much time for Vista anyway. Sorry, guys. But, I quite, even those 10 games, and, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know what the plan is. I know they stopped it. I don't think it was fair. But I hope they do let guys come up again at some point,
The reason why, what was it, Jersey? Was it whoever got promoted last? I think it was Jersey.
And they didn't allow them.
The issue was the stadium. So the stadium wasn't big. Like, what a crock of shit, man.
Yeah, but
like,
now
let
also
it be an
But now also they've threatened liquidation as well, right? I saw something.
They went bang. It's such a fine margin, and I think that's the problem with English rugby is the money's big, but the crowds are small. So even a full crowd, the stadiums aren't that big, the regional ones. So like the money coming in, they need to do something. They need to change the model or go fully private maybe. I don't know.
But just a quick one. We got Giuseppe who's got a treble for us. It looks like All Blacks minus 13.5. The Cox strike rate over 90.5. Jeez, I haven't heard that one. Sounds interesting. When do we? To be honest, it's bad. I quite like that. I haven't placed in that market. And the NPC final over 47.5. Well, this was if you missed this. This is where the NPCs burn me because every time I've effing taken the overs, which were comfortable for seasons before, I've picked the wrong games that the overs weren't arriving. And I'm lucky I can play alt bet builders, same game, multis, and I'll have like over freaking 40.5 on a game where it should be 60, and then it's 36 points. And that's why my NPC season's been a disaster.
And then the next game also had what's at those games where it's like 21-18 first half, and then the second half is like 24-18.
Drives me
like, what the shit? Like a 50-point first half.
It drives me insane. You're like, yes, and then I come back to check the score. I see 60 minutes and the same score, and I'm like, what?
Blues Brumbies in Super Rugby earlier this year. I think it was Blues Brumbies. I had over 50.5 at evens was the line, and it was 25-20 at halftime. And I'm thinking, easiest bet I've ever made in my life, 25-20 full time. I was livid. I couldn't even believe it. And it wasn't even like bad weather. It was just one of those games where they just butchered so many tries. And you're just thinking like, on another day, 80 points cruises in.
Anyway, man, let's start thinking about bets. I mean, over that 47 for the final, like I say, for me, normally NPC, I'll be all over like that, a rash, even if it was the final, because anything under 57, even over 57 was the final. I haven't checked the weather for Taranaki. It does feel low.
It feels the weather's decent. Weather's not an issue. The weather's not going to be a problem.
I feel times that they suck people into dogfights. If they suck Taranaki into a dogfight, I am worried. But 47.5 on a number is for me low. I would be playing just the number if that was the case. But let's say 42 screwed me many times, and it could easily be 23-20 type of game, easily.
That's the Warriors. This is one of those games where it could be like a 23-20 halftime, and then 2 penalties and a try second half, and you shave under. It's like, it depends. What are you thinking? Your head or your heart? Because your head tells you, yeah, it's a bit low, but your heart tells you it's like in the NPC final. They're going to ball out.
Yeah.
So, And the thing is, there's an extra added layer of spice that I noticed in the last bit of NPC is, remember, new All Blacks coach next year, a couple of new Super Rugby coaches. So players want to get spotted. Players want to, get eyes on them. And I think Naki have really risen to that because they've got a couple of like fringe players, future All Blacks. 47. Look, it's either going to be comfortable or it's going to be a sweat. It's one of those.
How's this? No one was giving All Blacks pretty much a chance for the last 18 months. Fuzzy. Oh yeah. They declined. They've basically almost got themselves into a final. They bring that heat to the final. They're in it, and then we play a Scott Robertson New Zealand team in 4 years' time again at the next World Cup. Right? New Zealand off at peril, eh?
I can only imagine what he's going to do with some of these players. It's actually it's scary to think what is possible.
Yeah. I think there's going to be a period because we're losing some players, maybe a year or two, but he'll bring that culture in these players. I reckon after 2 years of him, they're going to be dangerous again.
Unstoppable. I think the thing is, you look at the young. The key is look at the young props that are coming forward. In a year or two, they're going to have the best type 5 or the best front row in the world easily.
Yeah.
Then you start thinking, Locks, Scott Barrett, one of the top 3 already. They need his partner to come through. Loose forwards, they've got the loose forwards for another cycle. Kane goes, Papa Ali'i comes in. Blackadder's there. Cullen Grace is there. Peter Lakai is there. There's a bunch of wild youngsters that, then you start thinking, Bowden Barrett maybe done. Then there's D-Mac. Then there's Sean Stevenson. I mean, holy shit, the resources that Scott Stevens, they must be just licking his lips.
Yeah. So anyway, we start thinking about the games. I know we have been looking. I know we had a brief chat, and we spoke about South African teams treble maybe over 20 points at the start of the EuroC. Is that? I'm worried about the Sharks. I'm worried about the. I know you and the Sharks. A lot of people the Sharks, but I'm not backing the South African team away from home 2 months there on the first night. I commend you if you do, but I ain't getting my money.
I've got a funny one for you. A properly a funny bet for you.
Okay.
Is Sharks over 10 points.
Yeah.
Lions over 15 points. Stormers over 20 points. Bulls over 25 points. A ladder like that. What do you think?
I think Sharks are covering. I'm just interested. I said we don't. We can use some market prices. I wonder what the current. Do you know what the current Sharks point line is? Must be about 18, 20.
No, lower than that. Remember, they're like 13-point dogs in rainy Limerick. So that point line is probably 15. I would say probably not much higher than that. Probably is about 15.
Yeah. Lions 15.
I'll check.
Lions 15 against Stormers. Yes. I think Stormers and Lions like to ball. They're ballers.
Ellis Park,
in
perfect
the
weather.
So Lions 15, sure. And
the Sharks point line is sitting at 17.5, actually higher than I thought.
Yeah, that's what I thought, 18. That's why I thought my initial gut was 18. But you're right, the weather conditions. Sharks.
I think 18's a bit.
Yeah, that's a good side. Surely they come out. Yeah, that's fine. Sharks 10.5, Lions 15. And what did we say?
Well, hang on, let's swap it because that's quite a big give up on the Sharks. Sharks 15 because that buys them a couple of points. Lions at 20 because I think their line will be 22, 23, something like that. So Lions 20. Stormers 25 maybe. I think that's actually giving them 3 points.
So just quick on the treble. I'm not sure if we can do the same game. I will need to check.
Oh, same game. So
Yeah.
what do you want to do? Back Lions points or Stormers points? Stormers 25 or Stormers 20. I think there's plenty of points in Ellis Park.
I've been leaning. I think so. I know I hate this as we are Stormers fans, so everyone who's watching, but I'm thinking Lions are going to have a good outing.
I think there's the points line is like 52, so I think there's plenty of points in the game.
We can also do totals. I like.
Maybe how about this? Maybe a Sharks team total of 15.
I think let's take the lower limit. Sorry, Lions.
No, I said Sharks team total of 15.
Yes,
then Stormers Lions over 50 points, and then we come up with one for the Bulls. Maybe like Bulls team total over 25 or something.
Yeah. I'm happy to back a South African team at home, no matter who they play, and generally that does arrive. And I'm not overly
and the Bulls have a good team.
And I'm not overly concerned about first games because I paid the price twice because I think Benetton hosted Stormers and Lions in the first game in the last 2 EuroCs, and I was all over the unders that game, and they're both Cruise. Okay, it was Benetton, but there wasn't. I don't see an issue. I'm not worried about that.
I've got a funny feeling
25.
That the Stormers Lions game is going to see so many points, I think, from both sides, and it's going to be an absolute cracker shootout.
Yeah. Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna do this. So we got Sharks,
like a bit of a fun ladder.
Sharks over 15.
Yep.
15.5.
Let's make it. Wait, what's the score going to be? 14. Yeah, that's fine. 2 tries and a penalty.
Yeah, and Lions over 20.5.
Yep.
And Bulls over 25.
Yeah. That should get us to about 60, probably even.
But
like a 4, 3.5 to 4, maybe?
Yes, I was going to say 3.60. Are you working decimals or decimals or fractions?
3.6.
Yeah, so I reckon. I think it's going to be around there. I don't think it'll be 4.
Like a 3.5 there.
Yeah, I think about 3.5 there. Yeah. So give me a second. Also get
that's decent.
Yeah. And give me a sec. So try and something new.
We could make it a full South African lucky packet and add in like a little book, something.
Yeah. So there we go. You can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
There we go. So as we said, guys, anyone who's new, obviously people are jumping in and out. What we're going to do going forward is, because we say for points at the moment, we're going to get a treble together. And after the show, this is going to be available on the Boyles website about 10, 20 minutes after. It'll be priced up. We don't have the price now because, as you might be aware, we don't have the markets. But the traders there are going to price it up for us.
It's getting specially cooked up for us now. It's especially for us.
Yeah, it's getting exactly. And also, like we said, that's why I said, guys, you're online. If you want any bets you want to discuss, we open to novelty bets as well. Boyles have agreed that they'll price up anything within reason, I suppose. But as said,
challenge accepted.
Wanda and I love our sports. We're pretty confident. We're going to put that on paper. We're pretty confident with these shouts, and I think that's a great shout. So that's our first treble of the show that we're going to be doing going forward. I like it as well. Back the guys, back the Sharks is a good side. Let's hope that's not too bad up there in Munster. But I think that's a strong side. They've without Munster without Ireland, without Irish players aren't the same. Let's face it, they're a great side.
Absolutely not the same. Not the same.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, I see there's a few more people on. We have, as we've done before, myself and Mondo can cook up another best bet. No worries, and we will do. But fan bets, we've had some fan bets, guys, that you presented previously. I said that the cock strike rate, we can actually, I don't know if we can have a look at that.
I quite like that.
I do as well, but I'm going to have a check if.
Thing is, I like that bet because you can win. you can win it if he goes out in the second ball, and you can win it if he scores 100. You know what I mean? Like it's quite a cool bet.
Yeah, but let's see. The Boyles only have the money line at the moment, but perhaps they could price that up. But perhaps you could price it up. But I quite fancy just putting that in as a Giuseppe. If you're on, do you have if it's 4.3? I'm just looking
Where
at
did he get that?
He's reduced the All Blacks down to 3.5. He's bought. So I reckon surely his line strike rate would be about that, right? I think, and then total points over 47. Actually, we didn't look at we don't know what the total. What are we doing? That he might have bought some points there. I reckon.
Let me have a look what the NPC final points line is.
Yeah. So Giuseppe, if you are around there,
Giuseppe did buy himself a couple of points. It's looking at like 51 and a half, 52.
See, I don't want to be like both for. I haven't seen any points now, but I called Sharks at 18, and I said that was meant to be 52. So on the right track. So that's why I said the numbers low. That's just purely on my own experience. That was the number.
And he bought a couple of points there.
5-4. Yeah. But I quite like that treble though. I wonder if Boyles might even price that up for us.
I think that's. What lets
do you have
down
in saying that? Do you have any other strongies? Because
my strongest feeling of this weekend, I think, is points in Stormers lines. 52.5. I think that game sees over 60. I think there's plenty of points. Stormers have been tearing it up preseason. Lions have been scoring tries. A sunny Loftus on Ellis Park.
I remember Storm at Ellis Park. Is it Loftus? Ellis Park, right?
No, Ellis Park, yeah.
Often, if the weather's good, they love to ball and ding dong each other, but try ping pong every now and then, yeah.
And
the line's 50. The line is a 52, really.
52.5, yeah. That's what I saw last week.
I think we all know anything in the high felt generally under 55. You almost play it blind.
Let me make sure I'm not talking shit here. Let me see. It is.
Let's go back
50, to 52. 15. You can. I mean, at 58.5, you're looking at 2.5. So that's even.
I'm happy. Yeah, and you're okay with the team, right? Obviously, Stormers don't have their main boys there, but
that's why I said Lions will concede. Lions will score, but the Stormers, this team can still ball. Like guys like Daimani, my new favorite player, Feinberg and Gomezulu. There's some ballers in this team.
Not my. Okay, cool. Anyway, guys, Anyway, guys, Flavio, thanks for your comment. Have your comment. Guys. Guys. Please feel free to give us a bet if you want. Right. Otherwise, I'm going to leave the fan bets for now. We will just focus on our treble, Mondo. I'm happy. We'll try to get that price up to put it up. And the best, bet 52. You can't say no to that if someone's offering me that. No matter where it is, you can't say no.
Beginning of the season, both teams going to throw it around, both with that kind of intention. You can't look further.
Yeah, and the thing is, the World Cup games. I mean, obviously we've got Premiership as well. Premiership was a really weird first weekend as well.
Saracens cost me money. Jeez,
I'm really happy to run a double down on Saracens this weekend. To be honest, I think they're gonna. That's typical Saracens to do that.
Like Crusaders used to drop the first game of the season and then come back and thrash everyone.
Over 52.5. Is it still coming through on the slide? Yeah.
Looks perfect. Yeah.
Well, there we go, guys.
Good.
Yeah. We're moving up in the world. Yeah, right. Let's just check. Yeah, actually, Boyles will have. Do they have their points? They have the caps. They have the caps. So no points yet. But we'll punt it anyway.
It'll be around there, That's the realistic range of points. So, worst case scenario points, Boyles will come out to 53.5, and I would be comfortable up until 54.5. I'd still take.
I agree. Payable to 54.5. Yeah. So that's our bet, guys.
With confidence.
I would have capped this at least 56, maybe 55, but 57. Okay, we don't have form lines, of course, but 52. These two teams on the high fault. This is something you can't ignore. It's a number you can't ignore.
Something that people don't give enough credit is think how perfect that pitch is going to be. No scrumming on it for months. Not going to cut up. I mean, I think it's a recipe for magic.
Yeah.
And the Stormers are going to cook again this year. So I think there's going to be points every time they play. I'm a Stormers fan, but as a punter, I'm heavy on them this year. My two teams in sports, the Warriors and the Stormers, it's going to be their year. I've got a feeling.
So anyway, guys, we've got some guys. Please, guys, give any bets that you really fancy this weekend. So we will put in the fan bet. Like I said, it gets boosted. However,
anything that's good.
Anything you think. But I'm thinking, let's put it in the. I like the cock strike rate, and let's see. We'll put it on the slide. It doesn't mean we might get the price, but if Boyle's offered to price it up for us, let's put it as a fan bet.
1,000%. I'll back it. I'd like to know where he got the line and
what
it's based on.
I haven't seen strike rate markets. Giuseppe, man, I hope you're still around because that's a very
90 seems low for Quinton, unless he has a bad game.
I'm not. I love my cricket as well, but I'm not a big cricket punter. I just don't like it. Sometimes, if I get tips. So what are we saying? The cock.
Over 90.5 strike rate.
Yeah. Over 90.5 strike rates. We'll say TBC. If we can get this mocked up, guys, we will price it up, and even if it's boosted, I think even if that's the thing. I've never ever looked at this market, so I don't know what line, like where this is in the traditional.
You know, have a quick look here at the cricket here. See what his strike rate has been for the other game.
I know something.
Ideally, you get this kind of thing priced up at even money. That would be ideal with a boost.
Because you would think. I actually think he's strike. No. You know what? Again, here's my just purely blind sports knowledge. I reckon the line will be 100, surely. So this is also definitely bought. If you obviously the price of 4.7 for those three markets is also reflective.
So here's that's tests. So you got T20s. So his
what about or we can add on another leg. We can add on another leg. I like Saracens to take Bath. I reckon Saracens bounce back. Bath to win was like 1.4 Saracens. I can't see Saracens losing, or have I got my Saracens glasses?
Bath have had some injuries as well.
And they were supposed to hammer Newcastle, but Bath don't hammer people. That's the problem. They never haven't for years. So
here's a quick ointment, or a fly in the ointment. Quinton de Kock's T20 strike rate is sitting at the T20 strike rate 135. So 90 is looking like a solid bet.
Yeah, but that's T20, right?
And it's part of a treble because shit, man! I keep thinking we're in the T20 World Cup.
Yeah, ODI. Check his ODI strike rate. So I think for ODI, he's going to be at about over 100, or probably like 105. Quinton, and again, that's guessing.
Statistics, ODIs, strike rate, 95. That's his career, 95. So 90 with a boost and even money, I don't think it's too out of the realms.
Should we leave it at that and see if we can get a nice price on this one?
Yeah, if we could get it boosted to close to even money, that's a little fan bet.
Yeah, I like it.
And it's
there we are.
Backing the Proteas, because these are all South African heavy bets. These.
Yeah. Be interesting. Obviously, guys. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, so obviously. Yeah, sorry, Monica.
No, what I was going to say is, have you got, since it's such a South African heavy weekend, have you got any strong feelings on Box England? Have you got anything?
Like I said, normally my gut is right. When I go, the very first thing I call in my gut.
Best choice.
Always bet, and then I go through the weekend, I talk myself out of it, and then I listen to someone that pulls me over the line, and then my gut wins, and then I'm raging for like 2 hours, and I've gone told. New Zealand proved it. England have, we got the final 2007, we got quarterfinal 99, we got final. But I can't. England have showed me if all. New Zealand, you can understand put in that performance, but I don't know where England come up with a miracle performance. And that semi-final, although England were good last in 19, New Zealand rocked up there thinking we just need to kind of cruise in, right? And the Boks are going to be prepared. I can't see the Boks not being prepared.
For a sense of perspective, that's lauded as like one of England's best ever wins ever. It was still only like 1912. It was still tight.
Yeah.
That's also something to keep in mind, is that their best ever win was to like just beat an All Black side. It's not like they gave them a clap.
Yeah. I'll be honest, mate. We should be beating them by 20, honestly. But I think the shrewd bet is England plus. I think that's the shrewd bet. That's the shrewd bet. Yeah.
Because I still feel the motivation for the Boks in the final 10 minutes. Why must they kick for the corners and do weird shit? England are the team that have to chase.
And England are like Wales. And I said the first thing I said to my friend, barring we should win by 20, I can easily see a semi-final when we play Wales. It's a Pollard kick in the 87th minute or Farrell.
Yeah.
I do believe it could easily come down to a kick. I pray that we go through, but I don't think
it's not going to be a thrashing like this. Some people predicted.
I mean, like I said, like my previous last week, I said New Zealand are going to be at 110% for 80 minutes. What will Ireland be able to do if they're behind with 10 minutes to go? We saw that there's a little bit of panic. I see England doing the same, coming in with that intensity of that semi-final, and it's going to be where for me, it's where the Boks are. Are they going to have a bit of a come down and they're going to have to try rally themselves up? Because they are the better side. But for me, I know what I think I know what I'm getting from England. Not much change up because I don't think they have the ability to change it up. Where are the Boks going to be preparedness? And I do believe they'll be prepared, but it's a rugby game of 80 minutes and you can have a shit 50 minutes and you're panicking at 60 minutes and it's a whole different ball game, right? So, yeah, we'll see. So anyway, my punt, I like New Zealand between 10 and 20. If you want a bit of value there, guys, I think you get about 2.7 or 3. I like that.
Oh, that is nice.
I think they won't. Yeah. So SA 1 to 12, New Zealand 10 to 20 double, guys. If you want some value, you'll get about 7 to 1 there.
Oh, that is also a cheeky little multi there.
Like that. That's a cheeky. I've odd times I have punted it on Twitter. I do enjoy it. So I'm quite. I think that bet's very much in play. I quite like that bet. So
I agree with that. That's a nice bet.
Yeah. Anyway, I think I'm happy with guys. I'm happy with this. I'm going to send this over to Boyles. We'll get some prices for our treble and our fan bets. Well, and we don't have a price for any of this, guys.
I want to see what price they give us. I'm excited.
Yeah. So guys, check us out on Twitter. Myself at least at the Crow Tips, and Mondo at Call Me Old Fashioned. Yeah. Check us out.
I'm less old fashioned.
Yeah, we will. When I get the prices, I'll share them on Twitter or go to Boyles. Go onto the promos and you should be able to see.
Yeah, check it out. Check it out, guys.
Yeah, and let's see how we go. We'll say it's a new one, and we'll see. We've got Rude's commentary vinyl. So Rude's from our channel. If you might have seen him around, he does watch-alongs, and he's got some comment. Yeah, we've made some fun of the Irish and Scottish. Sorry guys if you watch and if you're from there. So it's got a joke that we quite like. And around the clock 50 mile 11 points up. Yeah, so Rudes will never ever talk down the Boks ever. So and I agree.
Confident book man.
And he's a true Springbok fan. I'm a part pessimistic Springbok fan. I must admit. Like I said, what happened? Like I made comments. I had been negative about rugby. The rules, the games were slow. Quality. I thought we were not winning against France, even with 70 minutes. I thought that was it. We one ref decision away. Boks don't really win these games. But all of a sudden, I love rugby like I did in 1997 or 95.
Renewed love.
And the Boks are going to win the damn thing. So I'm back. I'm back on the rugby train. Back on the rugby train, man.
The passion's back. Now the punting train just needs to follow the passion train.
Yeah, guys. So have a look on Boyles if you want to follow these bets. We'll pop them up on the socials. And have a great punting weekend. Enjoy the sim. We've got the first one soon. I keep forgetting it's tonight. Always think it's Saturdays and Sundays now, but we got the All Blacks in 2 hours to enjoy. I hope RGs make them pop. I hope RGs make them sweat. That'll be quite fun to watch. But we haven't.
It's a 32-18 final score.
Yeah. I'm going to check out the conditions as well. I want to see if it's going to be affected.
Rainy and crap.
And I'd also bet that does bring Argentina in, right? When they did well against Australia, they slowed the game down completely. If they have a bit of dew, they have to have a slower game if they want to compete.
The one thing that I don't think anyone has taken into account, right? And before we end off, I'll tell you this: is Argentina's scrum has not been great this World Cup. Now, in wet, rainy, shit weather, it's all about the scrum. And the problem is, well, it's a two-sided problem. Is the All Blacks will win a lot of scrum penalties tonight, but it's a World Cup semi-final. So are they going to kick those penalties for the corner is the question. And that's where a lot of people are thinking lots of opportunities means kick for the corner, where if I'm the coach, if I'm Ian Foster, I'm saying to the guys, cool, it's 10-man rugby. You just kick every 3 and you don't get injured. We don't need to try fancy lineup moves. We don't need to use all our moves. We just need a win. And I think that's the thing. Both of these matches are going to go the way of, and I hate to say it, the way of unders, where it's just going to be all about just getting through the win.
Mondo, we actually didn't talk about points and unders, because if it was normal, if it was dry, all things even previously, but I actually had been thinking about unders. I was thinking of unders in my head today when I was thinking about it. I wouldn't be playing overs for these 2 games at all.
What's the? That's what I just think is. What's the motivation for them to try and keep scoring?
Yeah.
If the All Blacks are 23-0
in the conditions, every single penalty is going for poles in these conditions. In this situation,
If you actually, if you could get a points line priced up of like over 4 penalties, so basically 5 penalties to be scored in each match. That would be worthwhile to look at as well.
We're talking.
Like 5 penalties in each game, because that would be quite a big price, I'd imagine. That's going to give you like 5-1.
Okay, let me take that down, and let's see if we can get a price there from both. I quite like that. That's going to be a fun bet, because they're going to be going. It's going to be a kick and shoot out there, and it's in play. I reckon you can give both games 5. I think we're looking at probably about 4, maybe. I think the Lions.
Well, the standard game would be penalty line probably 3.5, 4.5.
Maybe 5, maybe even 5 or 6.
In the South Africa game for sure. In the All Blacks Argentina game, probably not. I would say probably 2 doubles, so it's like 4. I guess 3.5, 4-1 would be probably accurate.
I'll send that over and see what they'll say. Yeah, then we'll post. But for now, we'll leave it at this. I think we've come up with some nice lekker bets here, guys. Obviously, follow us on Boyles. We'll be up on Boyles for you guys to punt directly. Please bear with us if become available or so on. But this is what we've been agreed and what we will do. So these are going to go straight over to Boyles now and the traders. They'll get it up, price it up for us, and put it there. We'll see how we go. We follow, good luck. And if you just use it to use as information, smash those bookies and bring out the brooms, Mondo.
Brooms out this weekend. Beard off, brooms out. Let's get some luck. Let's have a good one. Most importantly, let's enjoy this shitload of rugby. Actually, sports in general, but there's lots of good rugby, lots of good sport this weekend.
World Cup semi-finals, you got to enjoy the moments.
Hard to beat.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Thank you very much, and good luck
Thanks,
for the
guys.
weekend. Enjoy rugby. We'll see you soon. Cheers, Bye.
See you guys. Bye.